I think the circle was probably having like a vibe at one of the boys. I think it was Bandile's house. I don't remember properly. And when they invited me through, is it? Yeah, they invited me through there. Then he was there. Then I got there. I'm like, hey, what's up? I know you, that prank guy. Yeah, no, sure. YouTube. You good? Yeah. And then I'm not gonna be here and turn out as some waste of a child or be some useless kid or should I rather go sit at the corner with all the other friends, and look like my reality. You know, because I did have the choice. A couple of friends I had in the area had the choice, and they called me fake it, whatever. I'm like, it's cool. At least I want this. I want it so bad that I don't want to look like anything. The guys that are still they're still probably still in the hood. The guys that I used to, who looked like the back rooms that we lived in, they're still in the hood. Maybe or whatever the case is. You understand? Never smoked, nothing. They have nothing. I was so content with what I wanted from a young age because I would see my grandparents suffering, man.
Oh, you still together?
Yeah, they're asking about the group, so I'm gonna answer for the group. So the group, we're doing very well. You know, Kelly just bought a new car. You know, I've just made a couple of investments. The boys are winning. You know, but between me and Bandile, I can call him now. I think we're cool, man. It got a bit too hectic, and the affordability was really bad. So I couldn't obviously continue with school. And I would go to Josie, Kiloraka Air Force at 200. To make sure so that I could be good looking. I'm not faking it. I never wanna look like. I don't want people to see the fact that I sleep in a back room, and in a white whatever environment back room, where every single night I'm sitting on a bucket, and at night the bed is a mattress. Understand? So that was the situation. It's like get it back inside the pen. So those are the couch. The TV is just down the corner. Kitchen is yama. So I never wanted people to actually see me as that kid who was exposed to his grandmother pretty much, his whole upbringing. That I would shower here. My grandmother would bath here. You know, I'm on a different side of the industry. You know,
okay.
I'm on a different perspective. I view things differently. So I could never relate to anybody who has an opinion on him. Our industry has been dominated by a lot of people that come out of my circle and people that I've had to either not even show how to trade, just show how to live life, how to manage money, how to actually get around Joburg, actually telling you, listen, you don't go to these ends, you don't talk to such people, you don't drive such cars, you don't spend $1 million on a car, it's a liability. Look for the same car at about quarter the price or half. Stuff like that. So mentorship goes very deep. So people, especially when you talk about Forex, like, mentorship, people think, well, most people just do it that way. They just give you those signals or whatever classes and then try your best. But with me, I go into the depth of it. I want to understand where you got the money to actually try and find what is the concept, what's the idea, what's the motivation behind, what do you want to do really? Industry, what I do. Big risk management is what I've kind of like lived by, it's what I've done for the past 8 years, man.
Yeah. Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of The Burning Topic. My name is Sky Cole. It's Sky Cole _ on every social media platforms, guys. Forex trader and entrepreneur is in the house. How you feeling?
Feeling nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
His name is Exes Monhla. But to those of you at home, know him as Leadership Monhla.
Yeah.
And is that by choice or you wanted a name?
A friend of mine gave it to me like years ago.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay. He's recognized as a Forex trader and a mentor. Okay. He has made he has made a name for himself. I don't know why on toes are like
that's on you.
He's made a name for himself by helping people navigate the complex world of Forex trading, empowering them with knowledge and strategies for financial growth.
Yeah.
Am I saying your accolades right now?
Yeah, you're touching me nicely here and there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Leadership Monhla. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yeah.
I have to ask, Pena.
Give you a 9.
Are you good?
I'm nice, man.
A whole 9.
Yeah.
You're rating me a 9.
Yeah, I like it. No, it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
Are you nice?
I'm nice, man.
So you were tired a bit.
Yeah, it's long day.
Long day.
Yeah, but that's the usual, man.
Yeah, people with money. That's the language, guys. But I want us to play a game. It is called What Comes to Mind. So I'm going to say like 5 names or words. Okay. And you have to tell me what comes to mind.
All right, let's go.
Right? Number 1, what comes to mind when you hear the name Forex trading?
Scam, I think. But with me, it's obviously money, wealth. I don't know, like multiplying, but any random person probably be a scam. But yeah, with Forex just means wealth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
opportunities.
you part of the scam?
Yeah, no, I'm just obviously Forex. Anybody, I think any random person would just be like scams.
How do you feel about people who say that? But
It's cool. I think it only makes sense. I mean, it's the biggest industry in the world.
Yeah.
The highest financially circulating in the world. So much room for growth, and so most of the stuff is very unrealistic. They look unrealistic. So we have to allow people to say their opinions. I'm really tired of just
explaining yourself.
nah, it's like almost a decade of trying to be like, guys, this thing is real. So now if you don't believe it, it's cool, man.
What would you say to the people that think it's not real? I mean, they're not seeing you guys. Like, I don't understand why they're not seeing you guys.
I think people just need to get out of the comfort zone, man. You know, people need to realize that like we in you know, like 2024 now. You know, money's on the internet.
Wake up.
The kids are making so much wealth off the internet that it's unfortunate, but it's the reality that, you know, basic stuff that are being used to make money on the internet are paying 4 or 5 times more than an average or the highest paying job, you know? So it's they just have to wake up. They have to, either they hear from us or whenever they decide to get desperate. But yeah, I really have no words for people. Must just wake up. You know, it's high time, bro.
Yeah,
it's high time.
and nothing is easy. I think that's what people are not understanding, is that nothing comes easy.
Yeah.
At some point, you and I no flop and stuff like that.
Of
and
course.
now you are
Still make mistakes, still lose money.
right.
It's like any other industry, really. I think people probably because of the way we narrate it, or like you see more, you know, just people just see the good side of leadership, you know, the success side, the good runs and stuff. So it does look like it's easier said than done. But realistically, man, it's like any other job. It's like being a doctor. You wake up in the morning and you set up your stuff, and you know you gotta prepare for the day, hopefully to come out profitable. You know, like any other
So
job.
it's like a business. You don't know
Literally
how tomorrow looks.
Yeah, nah, it's look. I mean, the only best thing about it is that it being not knowing what tomorrow looks like, it's probably a better chance. You know what I mean? So I'll make an example with an average job. I have an amazing aunt of mine who's a qualified doctor, has a PhD and stuff. She, I don't know what her salary. She probably earns up between about 40,000 and 80,000 rand. I'm not sure.
Right.
But she would go every single month to work, knowing that she would get that fixed amount. Whereas in Forex, it's pretty much different.
That's very tricky.
You know, I wake up in the morning, I make 10,000 and tomorrow I lose 20,000. You know, so bigger chances, and yeah, it's a bit more riskier, but it's just part of being a hustler, man. It's normal.
Life.
Yeah.
Does that mic get him properly? Okay, sorry. Number 2, what comes to mind when you hear risk management?
Yeah, risk management. Personally, I think I come to mind. I'm a big risker. Obviously, Forex, my industry, you know, what I do. Big risk management is what I've kind of like lived by. You know, it's what I've done for the past 8 years, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big risk taker. Thank God for this industry. So Forex taught me a lot about being able to take risks. You know, I've put a lot on the line before I even became who I am now. So yeah, the risk, it's just me, my career, my run has been an entire risk throughout. You know, so yeah, that's Forex, my career, personal life. Yeah, I'm a risk taker, so that's just basic.
That's a beautiful thing. How old are you?
25. Yeah, I'm
I
25.
thought you're older than me. I you felt like you're older than me. I don't know why.
25 with an old brain, probably, bro.
Yeah. Very old, my brother. So number 3, your mother. What comes to mind?
What's the word?
Your mother.
Your mother. Jeez. My mom, obviously, like, I think, when your mother, when I hear that, it's probably, it just takes me more into a set of space, basically. More or less, like, I would want my mom to be around, you know, for what I've done for myself over the years. You know, I've not comparing to anybody or anything whatsoever, but
True.
I think, you know, I've acquired so much greatness over the years that I don't need anybody around me but my mom. But she's the one person who just couldn't be here. So just
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if she could, I'd drop it all. Just like your mom, so just pull up for 1 hour. Yeah.
Why did I feel like your mother is there?
No, I do have a mom.
Do I-
It's my grandmother.
Oh,
So my
yeah,
grandmother's
okay.
my mom. She raised me. I call her mom, but my biological mom passed away. I think I was like 10, 9. Yeah. But I've always had, parents, my grandparents are heroes, man. So they've always been there. My granddad passed away a couple of years ago, but my grandmother is currently at my house right now. So I live with her. So yeah, it's she's old. I've always had a mother. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, she's always been a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, financial freedom. What comes to mind?
Yeah. Financial freedom. I just think of the youth. I think the kids, man. You know, I'm still a kid too. I think the kids, man. people just need to wake up, man. You know, like there's just so much happening in this country that we're no more in those times where corporates or government or the so-known motsepe, the rich guys are responsible for the job opportunities, the chances, or whatever the case may be, to actually make a way for anybody, you know. Or I mean, education is definitely still powerful, very powerful, you know. But the kids need to wake up and they need to understand that, like, we're in a time where they can literally use whatever they have to make something out of living. You know, it's stop waiting for things to happen. You know, while you're doing that degree, man, just do something on the side, man. People are selling shoes, selling weaves, doing nails. I know a guy of mine who is like a container, the robot, like, you know, somewhere in Pretoria. The guy's making about 20K a month from just, he looks like a fool during the week, but he's definitely making way more than a lot of people. So people really know, like, the kids need to wake up. I think the future is really in our hands, or in their hands.
In their hands.
And stuff like that. So, yeah, financial freedom, the kids need that. Like, the youth, like, my age mates, even people older than me need that. People aren't, I feel like people are very comfortable in the whole idea of just want to get something so I can just pay rent and then give a shabu, get myself drip and prepare for December, forget. So the kids need to get very serious. Financial freedom is not just about money, it's just about being very intelligent, opening up your mind as well. Like, and just being a grown-up, understanding that, like, you don't want to be young forever. You need the freedom now, you got to build it. It's going to start now, you know. So,
right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to get to the name. That's why number 5 is mentorship.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What comes to mind when you hear the name mentorship?
Yeah, humbly so. Leadership Monhla comes to mind, bro. I've done so well in mentoring people over the years at no financial gain whatsoever, you know, because obviously I've always wanted to just see people succeed. When I started doing what I was doing, I came across a lot of guys who wanted to just do it as well, and that kind of triggered a phase of my life that I went through. You understand? So how I started actually mentoring people was never a thing of like, oh no, give me this money, then I guide you. I genuinely looked at the person and I could feel the hunger because I've been in the same position. And I would sacrifice everything I have. I'm putting you in my house if I have to. I'm getting you an apartment if I have to. You know, I'm giving you an allowance so you get your things right.
That's nice. So you don't see hunger in me.
No, man.
You don't have all of that.
No, I'm in your place today, so I'm the hungry one. Yeah, so yeah, man, that's what, I think when we speak about mentorship, I just, you know, it's just, I think of myself, you know, I think there's not really anybody who has done it the way I've done it. You know, we can speak about mentors and good traders and motivational, you know, whatever, and stuff like that. I've stepped into people's homes, you know, I've catered for families that I've never ever spoke about.
Right.
I've come through to, you know, I mean, fees, school fees, whatever case may be. I mean, this year alone, I think I've covered about 6 metric dances financially on all ends.
Right.
So I do believe in people that do show hunger to a certain extent. And I just also believe that I've only become who I became in such a young or short period of time, from the age of 18 and 25, because I've allowed myself to learn from people. So I've grown bigger and wiser over the years because every time I taught somebody something, I've learned, I've picked up stuff. And every time I showed, because I mean, if I've probably now mentored over 500 people. And you need to understand, I've taught the same thing 500 times. You understand? So if anybody who's mastered that thing that is teaching, has to be me, because I've done it 500 times, you know, unintentionally. So we're just sharing the skills. So yeah, when it comes to the mentorship side, I mean, I go deep, man. I am pulling back right now because people are taking advantage of it. So, you know, too much of a good guy, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mentorship, I just think of myself, even the people that are going to watch this, they know very well that even the success of the industry, you look at pre-leadership, when that's 2017, 2018, and you look after leadership or till current. Our industry has been dominated by a lot of people that come out of my circle, and people that have had to either not even show how to trade, just show how to live life, how to manage money, you know, how to actually get around Joburg, you know, actually telling you, listen, you don't go to these ends, you don't talk to such people, you don't drive such cars, you don't spend $1 million on a car. It's a liability. Look for the same car at about quarter the price or half, stuff like that. So mentorship goes very deep. So people, especially when you talk about Forex, like, mentorship, people think, well, most people just do it that way. They just give you those signals or whatever classes and then try your best. But with me, I go into the depth of it. I want to understand where you got the money to actually try fund. What is the concept? What's the idea? What's the motivation behind it? What do you want to do really? You know, so I'm able to actually write down, because when I get home, I write there, okay, then maybe Shakes or Sky, whatever the name is, I'll be like, okay, cool. This is the guy's plan. He's such a background, this is what he wants to achieve. I write down an entire mind map about you, and then call you in again. We link up for a meeting, and I show you, this is what I think you can achieve in about 2 years and a half. And then we start working on the plan, and then we take it from there.
That's really dope.
Yeah.
At 25.
Yeah.
Where do you take the strength to do all of this?
It's my career, man. It's my passion. I have a serious passion for changing lives. It's way above mine. Like I said, anybody, I can count a few, probably like less than 10 who have really paid me at the time when I was charging. Over the past 5 years, I've been doing it for free. So I've got a serious passion, man. Like nothing gives me more like peace than seeing, like, especially young people, just seeing a young person just driving their own car, own apartment, sending their mom that allowance, And that just give me a different level of joy, a joy that I can't even express even when I'm achieving my own stuff, And I figured that out while I was busy just guiding people, and I realized actually I like this. Like I actually wake up in the morning, I'm checking up on this guy. I'm like, listen, it's month end. Did you pay your rent? How much you have left? What's the plan? It's 15 days to go. There's stuff like that. You've exceeded your allowance for your girlfriend. Don't buy her this month. Tell her that you're planning for 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Those kind of stuff. So. I love what I do, man. I find it so. I actually have a lot of passion for that. Yeah. So the mentorship side of it, yeah, for sure.
Shout out to you. You deserve your flowers, man.
Try, man.
You really deserve your flowers because, Lord knows everyone is doing it for the wrong reasons, but you're out here changing lives.
Yeah.
And not everyone can attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, true. And look, I mean, I wouldn't take away from the greatness that other people are doing. And also, I had to get to a certain point of my life to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people want to do what I do, like do it for free, just walk into a room of 100 people and generally engage at no price and no value. But you really have to obviously work on yourself first. I first had to develop myself to a certain extent. Had to isolate myself for the longest time. Lived far from the city at some point. Just working on myself. I knew very well that when I get back into the city, I don't want to have to lose stuff or just, I find myself, I don't want to be just an OG with no wealth or with no success story. I always just wanted to come out, look, I've helped this guy achieve so much and I'm still at the top, And a lot of guys who are doing, I think a lot of guys who are doing what I do are very, they just have the story really. They're not in the success of it. They've lost it all trying to do what I'm doing. So I would advise anybody, just like if you don't do it like this, just work on yourself first, man. I'm still doing that same thing. It's not smart to carry people on your rise, but if you do it intelligently, then it can work out.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you. How do you deal with your mental health? But anyway, please let me know who Exes is.
Yeah.
Take me back to Exes from
Exes.
Exes.
Yes, that's why I gave you a 9.
So did I say Exes?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Exes?
Yo, who the kid is?
Take me back from at home, primary school, high school. What kind of kid were you?
Look, I mean, besides the English always takes it away, bro. It makes it look like I grew up in this rich-ass family or like I'm from this amazing background, private schools. But other than that, man, I'm just a normal kid, born in Matox, Limpopo, an amazing village.
Guess Forex for Limpopo guys, or Limpopo guys just cool.
I'm starting to believe that, eh?
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe that. But I grew up there, Matox, did my crash. My mom was still alive, did my crash there. Went back and forth between my stepdad and my father at the time.
Okay.
And then, went back home in Matox, did about grade 3, And then after that, my mom decided to come to the city. She moved to Soweto. She took me the following year, in grade 4. Grade 4. She took me the following year. I did grade 4 in Soweto, Ebran Fisher.
Okay.
Yeah, Ebran Fisher.
Not too far from me.
Down, actually, not far from Julius Wilai. There was a squatter camp where we lived. There was like a few shacks there that we actually lived in, me, my uncle, and my mom. And my mom passed away the same year, actually. Crazy. Same year. So we just literally moved to Joburg in January, and then she passed away 6 months later. So June. She passed away. But that's just that. And then from there, man, I went to stay in Soweto for another year. Ended up moving to Randburg to stay with my grandmother. Go to Kichini, backroom kids. That's why I got the English. My grandmother obviously cooked for me. Get the lady in the house to, sort out my school fees and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she was an amazing lady.
So you went to English schools?
Yeah, and I went to FDR. I went to Roosevelt Primary School.
Okay.
Not far from Randburg. I think it's in Randburg. Yeah, then that's where the English came from, stuff like that. Grade 5. Yeah, I failed. Got my way through.
You lie.
Yeah, like I wasn't the smartest kid. I wasn't sounding smart. Now that I'm sounding very smart, but I'm not. I've never been. I'm not smart either, even right now. So it's just.
Is this a big flex for you guys? Because everyone that comes and says I've made it on, no man, not say, but shows that they've made it on to the financial world. They always say I was not the smartest in class.
I think I don't know. Maybe I could like lay it out in a different way. So I think like success does not really run with intelligence. You know what I mean? So obviously that say I'm not the smartest. It just says that it's just me just explaining that there was never really a chance. If you saw me like in grade 8 when I was with my guy, when I was with my manager Shakes, right?
Okay.
And you would never say that we're gonna tell this story in 10 years time. You know, so that's when I say that, you know, I guess system-wise not the smartest, but
street-wise you're the smartest.
Or just overall, I don't think street, but overall intelligence is always there. Man. Yeah, I guess
people who win in business are street smart.
I guess, yeah, I take that. You
can come with your PhD, but you're not gonna
you know what I mean?
That one who's street smart.
Then things went like that, and then grade 10, the people that were paying for my fees at the time was my grandmother, my grandfather, and the white family that actually had been living in their back room at the time. I think they went through some certain stuff, so they couldn't pay my fees anymore. I don't remember actually because I was still young, whether they were covering my fees or SASA or some no parents grant. I don't know. There's those stuff that exist, something like that though. It got a bit too hectic, and the affordability was really bad, so I couldn't obviously continue with school. You know, but I didn't really drop out because of that. So I left school. In the pros, while I'm attending, I had a different career. I was playing soccer. So I played for Orlando Pirates Development.
Okay.
I flew overseas. I got scouted, went to Spain, lived in UD Almeria, you know. And it just as I was signing my contract, there was a couple of complications that needed my mom there, and operations that happened from, you know, the Pirates Development that wouldn't let me go, or whatever the case is. You know, I was young. I didn't really know how it worked out. So I came back the same year. So in my process from that June of me, in a way, dropping out, which I didn't do it intentionally, I traveled overseas. And when I came back, when my things didn't work out overseas, when I came back, I found myself, I had not been in school for about a year, 6 months now.
Crazy.
Because I was overseas trying to pursue football. So coming back, and my peers, my manager Shakes, who are in the same grade, same school.
Okay.
So I come back, my friend is in matric now. I'm like, how? But I like, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then that's when I came across Forex. I actually came across Forex overseas, you know. I never actually tell the story. Came across Forex overseas. I never learned about it. I just heard about it. It was more or less. I just heard about cryptos, Bitcoins. I was like, more. And I lose my money. So when I came back home, I immediately started digging. Yeah, and then, that's just who I am. And then from there, man, I was just transforming into this guy. Yeah.
And what got you to, like, trust in it?
Hunger, bro. Like, hunger. And also, I was in a very isolated space, you know. I had less opinions about anything I'm doing. So, if I like wings, I'm probably alone. Like, I like these wings, and there's no person to come and tell me these wings are bad. So, I'm eating them, and I'm on a... So, when I came across Forex, there was no second opinion. I came across it, Facebook, Instagram. I saw this guy, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it out. I couldn't even speak to anybody. I was still in the back because I came back from overseas to go back to the back room. My grandmother had retired, and the white people had given us a room for like to pay rent. I think it was about 1,000 or 2,000 rand a month. My grandfather was working in Pretoria. I was in Randburg. So I generally was alone. I never had a chance. I don't even think I knew what a scam was or like scams existed.
Right.
I heard about scams when I became very deep in this industry. I'm like, how people scam. And a scam is this. It's taking money and doing fraud and stuff like that. So I never knew about that. When I found out what is a scam and I was already just making money. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting, guys.
And then
I guess it's working out. You know?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just, I never had a chance not to believe. I was never challenged. So like that's why obviously a lot of people that fail in the industry right now is because there's too many opinions, man. People that don't know much, you know. You like people like yourself, probably saying certain stuff about the industry, for example. I'm just making an example, right? People like, no, Forex doesn't work. That leadership guy rents cars. He lives somewhere in Bram, you know? And meanwhile, the person that's making that has no idea what's going on.
Right.
People aren't informed. People don't know, you know, just because it doesn't look professional to them, it might, you know, it seems like it's not legitimate. So now there's just so much outcast influence on the truth of the industry that a lot of people are just giving up before they even start, and it's sad.
And I think South Africans, we don't like change.
Yeah.
If something is new, we're gonna bash it before. Whether cold drinks refresh was bashed before it became, stagnant in the industry. And then what else? So many things that come that
That's
are
actually
new
an
to the
African
people.
disease, I believe. Eh?
Yeah, like we don't believe something until we do it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because we bash it before we even learn about it. Crazy. So who taught you? Who was your mentor when you started?
So, there's different ways of how I describe mentorship.
Okay.
How I've mentored people and how I was guided. So, who exposed me to the industry, to Forex trading. So after I picked up about it, the very first guy I remember actually trying to get learning information from was an OG from the industry. His name is Cashflow Ngobo.
Okay.
I just saw him on Instagram and Facebook at the time. I was like trying to text him, like, yo, hot man. Or if I can just get a seat, or like, do I give money and then what happens, But he never got back to me. I think he obviously had maybe assistants and management at the time. And then I just started searching for more. I came across Jason Noah.
Okay.
And I came across him about 2 days while I'm looking. 2 days after I tried to reach out to Cashflow. And then this guy I saw in Pretoria was hosting a class. I think it was about 4,000 or 3.5. And I'm like, okay. Let me go hear this thing, So I went out to Pretoria. I think I had my last 3,000 rand. I didn't have the 500 rand.
Okay.
I used a bit of it for taxi. It was in Arcadia, I remember. Caught the taxi, went to Arcadia, went to the session, introduced me to Forex. I got to understand finally, after YouTube, even somebody realistically, making the success. I looked at him, I got there, the guy was, I can tell he's making a living out of it. And then he had confirmed everything I was learning from YouTube. Like, okay, Forex is real. Forex is that. Forex is this. So I was very happy to see somebody local. And from there, I don't think I learned much from that session, given the fact that I really just went there to really confirm that it's real. I was really just going through doing my own work on YouTube, just collecting a lot of information, reading books. So when I got there and then we had the session, I don't think I was even focused. I was just looking at this guy and I'm like,
that's where I'm seeing myself.
One day is one
manifestation.
Day.
So you were manifesting.
Yeah, so I think he taught me a lot, but I never picked up much. And then, thank God, he added me into the groups that he had. So in the groups, he would send like the layout, what you did, and the recordings. I'm like, okay, cool. And then, I think 6 months in, I was really just grasping it and getting the hack of it. So I'd give it. Jason Noah definitely introduced me into the industry. And then the mentorship side, in terms of mentorship, we speak about guidance, daily, like proper mentorship, like what I described earlier on, right?
Right.
When it comes to mentorship, I don't think I've been directly mentored. And that's why I made the mistakes I've made in my career. I've been trading for 8 years, but I always say that my career is probably about 4 years old. Because only 4 years ago, I managed to get the professional side of it. I managed to know about how do you manage money? How do you pay yourself a salary? Opening a business, creating certain, different ways of income streams. If you make 500,000 rand, take about half of that into savings, open a trust, those kind of stuff. If we're speaking that direction of mentorship and guiding and showing somebody life and how they should actually pursue themselves, there is a few people. There's one guy, two guys. Obviously, I don't think I can mention their names. Respecting them.
Okay.
They're very private. Two amazing guys, man. I wish I could even say. I wish I could even mention their race. I wish you could know. But two amazing guys who actually flipped my life. Not even just giving me money. And then as time goes, recently I also met another mentor. The guy is my age. An amazing guy. He's actually the owner of RCG Market. Co-founder.
I thought it was you.
No. I'm a trader, man.
Okay.
Owner of RCG Market and owner of Comet Capital and a couple other, companies that he has. He's also helped me a lot. He's about a year older than me. Very more intelligent. Definitely was exposed to Forex. Traded pretty much. Him and I have a relatable story. He's been a trader as well. He's still a trader too. And I guess he skipped all the hurdles that I went through because of not having a mentor. And he was probably guided from the word go.
Right.
So he's also showing me the way now. He's definitely, just trying to show me, look, you do this, you do 1 and 2. And then just speaking from an experience perspective. So right now I've got three live guides, mentors. I'm still being mentored every now. Yeah. Still listen. I still open my ears. Still learning. I try. I just take that and just try to pass it on to other people as well.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. And then your first deposit, how much was it?
I don't remember. I know it was Sasa money and like
hectic. How much Sasa was giving you guys?
I was so my grandmother would give me 350.
Okay.
Or 400. I don't remember. But if I remember properly, My grandma was getting like a young 1 point something.
Yeah.
She would rock me, but it's cool, you know. So I think she gave me like a 300 because I remember, 300 rand, and then also tell that he's kaftini, you know, lunch money and stuff like that. My grandfather was an amazing guy. He, you know, owned a construction company. Wasn't successful, but he every now and then he could throw me a young 200 here and there. So that's the money that I used. I don't remember how much I really funded. Should have been around $50
Okay.
at that time, maybe 50, but it can't be more than $50 a lot. 8 years ago, probably less than 50, like maybe my 20 or even $10. I don't remember, but it was very small. I was ambitious. Yeah,
And then what happened? What was your first profit?
I lost that one. that one was definitely
Crazy.
lost. I think I went through a good 3 to 6 months of clean losing, not knowing information. Like I wouldn't even know. There's things on the chart we call like peeps. You know, candlesticks, line charts. There's the different, you know, like there's prices, there's ask, bond, whatever, stuff like that, trend lines. I didn't know those stuff. Man, I just wanted to trade. So I got in there, I see a euro, US dollar. I'm like, okay, I knew it's going up. Okay, buy is going, buy. You know, I wouldn't even know how much I'm risking. So I spent a good 6 months to a year pretty much doing what I don't know what I'm doing. Like just ambition, you know, on faith, really. Like I would see, like I'll make maybe like 300 rand. I'm like, yeah, it's going. Then I'd lose it, you know. I'll make like 150, I'd lose it. So 6 months of just clean losses, not knowing what I'm doing, not enough information. And just dreaming a bit too big, you know. Sometimes when you like kind of already have the success picture in your head, man, you can't. Yeah, I lost for it. I think it clean close to a year of just losses. Then I decided to actually just focus on the skill, and then started meeting different traders. Learned a lot from different guys like Isaac Mamrovela, one of the best traders I've come across. You're an amazing trader, man. Which other guys? Yeah, there's a lot of traders I've had a chance to trade with over the years. In those years, there's a lot of guys actually.
Not the influencers we see now.
It's crazy. I mean, the industry has gained popularity,
Yeah.
man, you know. So it's due to have Forex celebrities and stuff or influencing whatever, because it's that big, you know. If it wasn't big, if it wasn't growing globally, there wouldn't be fame towards attracting the industry, you know. You wouldn't find a famous gardener because that is not a pleasing job. People don't go to school to go become gardeners and stuff. So, but with Forex, kids, I actually want to become this. You know, I come across so many kids. I'm like, yo, that shit one day. And I'm like, that's what I've always wanted. You know, people are finding, that's why it's nice. It's been seen like a fame, popularity space. And certain businesses are taking advantage of it, unfortunately, and it's part of life.
Which one? Pocket broke.
I don't know.
And we spoke about it, and I was like, why are they not bringing it to this channel? Because we speak to you guys who do Forex. That's good business. So, a viewer, right into it. A viewer said I must ask you what happened to your guys' group. What happened to you and Bandile?
Oh, yeah, me and Bandile are not a group, by the way.
Okay, there's people though.
Let me answer. What happened to the group? Nothing happened. We're succeeding. We're winning. We just did an amazing masterclass right here in Sandton.
Oh, you're still together?
They're asking about the group, so I'm gonna answer for the group. So the group, we're doing very well. You know, Kelly just bought a new car. You know, I've just made a couple of investments. The boys are winning. You know, what happened between me and Bandile? I can call him now. I think we're cool, man. We're finally fine. Bandile's one of the successful stories I've had. Guys, I've had a privilege to mentor him. An amazing boy, actually. From Durban, originally from Durban. Immediately after high school, I managed to actually speak to his parents. Got him to relocate, got him a place, you know, got him an apartment in this side in the city. We had a plan, we wrote down the plan, we executed it, it worked out. The boy became successful. Okay. He started maneuvering his own ways. Stepping into being an adult, he obviously must make his own decisions. I'm a mentor, I'm not a father or a mother or some sort of
but you're paying rent.
You know? I'm not a restriction holder, you know? So, over the years, I mean, actually, I think earlier this year, nothing much really happened. He had his differences. I had mine. I advised him before him making the decisions that he made. I was very open and honest with him, and I told him, look, you're an entrepreneur, you're a trader, you're a CEO of Bandile Traders. You must make decisions that are actually good and for your entire your personal life, your businesses, and just you as an inspiration and as a brand, you know, and stuff like that. Because he is obviously a very powerful brand in the industry, definitely. So we had our differences. He said what he said, I said what I said. We had I would say, a slight disagreement on what the decision that he wanted to take. I didn't feel it was good for him. But at the same time, I needed to understand that it's his own life. He's an adult. He's 23, I think 24, 23. And I wasn't too happy with the decision that he took at that time. And I kind of laid out the outcome before it came out, that it would work out like this. You'd make a decision and work out like that. But I also need to understand that it doesn't mean I can't attach my personal alliance with him. You know, just the fact that I love the way that we've grown over the years and how he has maneuvered doesn't mean that I mustn't give him the room for him to become himself. And
But
he already...
people are calling him, sorry to interject,
Yeah.
people are calling him a scammer. How do you feel about that? Is it one of the things that you're
look,
talking
man,
about?
I'm on a different side of the industry, you know?
Okay.
I'm on a different perspective. I view things differently. So I could never relate to anybody who has an opinion on him. On what? You know, I know him on a personal level. I know his mom. I know his family. I know where he lives. I know the very first thing he did when he got to Joburg. I know where he slept. You know, I know his very first girlfriend, you know. And I've been there on his misunderstandings and times where it was tough. He's been there on my times tough too. So I know him on a different standard than what people think they know, or just a random trader who teaches people how to trade and has made success and stuff like that. So their opinion on him and that, I'm not really involved. It's their business. It's their judgment. And neither am I a partner in his businesses. So, you know, I've never been his client. So if
You
it's a
don't know him
scam,
from that side.
it's based on that person and him. You know, on my end, I'm not interested. I've got no opinion on that. It's for me, as long as he's doing well, and he's doing well right now, and I'm happy for him. Really, you know, we've had our difference. Like I said, even when we weren't speaking, the couple of months when he went out, obviously after we had our difference, he was emotional, or he felt the way he felt, and went out and obviously said a couple of stuff. And I understood, man. I was upset, but I understood. You know, he's somebody I've guided for a long time, and I understood the direction, the perspective that in which he came from. So that I couldn't retaliate. I didn't want to now be a bad guy. You know, be like, now leadership doesn't want to see Bandile succeed. You know, whereas obviously I want success for him and everybody else that I'm mentoring. So I let him be. Even when things were like one speaking, I'd call him. I'm like, yo, listen, boy, congrats, well done. I see you doing 1, 2, and 3. Shout out to your tour. I hope the deal, whatever is going on or whatever you're doing, is working out. You know, I'd leave him messages. Sometimes he wouldn't respond, and I'd understand. And then until he finally reached out, I think 4 months later, around about June, we spoke. I went to his house, spoke, still gave him the same advice, same old me, stood on business. I kept saying what I say. I told him, look, we spoke about this, and we are 4 months in. We disagreed to disagree. People had opinions on what I was saying to you because apparently leadership doesn't want you to succeed. And now that what I've said has materialized, can we go back to the drawing board and focus on the errors you've made? And we actually made, you know, a genuine agreement on that, just based on like prioritize yourself. And he learned a lot. I don't think he regrets anything from the decision he made that gave us a slight fallout to us coming back together. So yeah, man, it's nothing really serious. It's more just about a guy wanting to. It's just a young boy just wanted to succeed, man.
Yeah.
I think he looked up to me and probably still does, and he just wants to be very successful. So extremely successful. And he always told me every day that one day I'm gonna be better than you, you know. And I've always told him that you can. So when maybe he felt there was a room that I was closing for him to grow bigger, possibly when we had the conversation pre his move, he might have felt like that. And I didn't judge him, and I knew he felt like that. And I need him to go learn, understand that I have your best interest at heart. And it doesn't mean that you've not acquired this amount of success. I'm holding you back from it, you know, but I've got to guide you. I've got to give you the right reasons, the right information. So there was never really ever beef in Bandile, and it can never change. Yeah.
Let's get into the wings. These are 4 burning wings, where I'm going to be asking you questions.
What if I'm vegan? I'm just joking.
Vegan in this house? Never. Okay, let's go in.
Okay.
You can take
grab
a wing.
Yeah, I like flats.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we eat.
Okay.
Noah.
I eat hot stuff, so
There's nothing.
This is mild. Never mind.
And you're lucky I didn't bring the sauce, or else it would have went down.
Yeah. Now, these bros must give you a deal.
Question number 1. What happened to you and Sibulelo?
This.
What happened to you guys?
Bro, this has to be the first interview somebody asked me. What? You dig that deep. Oh man, my beautiful ex.
Oh, you're
Nah,
a
she-
great ex.
Yeah, nah. We boys, man. We still speak here and there. We're actually friends. Nothing much. I think we had our differences, man.
What happened? How long were you guys dating?
Oh, Spulelo, man. I met this girl. I think I met her grade. She was still in high school. I just came out of high school. She was doing, I think, her last year in high school. So that was 2018. Yeah, 2018.
And you dated for how long?
Yeah, from 2018, 19, 20,
Okay.
21, 22. Oh, that's a long time, eh?
That's a long time.
Yeah, with
That's
slight
marriage.
breakups, like 2 months breakup, 3 months breakup, stuff like that. But we officially called it off. I think it was last year was 23, ne? 23. Yeah, I think
It
we
was last year.
officially called it off last year. Mid last year, we're like, nah, it's
Because I saw
not.
you guys.
not
you were doing
working out,
videos
man.
there.
And we genuinely loved each other, man. Yeah, so yeah, we called it off last year. I was like, yeah, no, fine, it's not working out. Too much sabotage. We were still kids then, So a lot of stuff happened throughout, from just teenage to young adults and stuff like that, that I've probably done, or and stuff like that. That it became so impossible to put it behind you.
Cheating?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, I was the hottest boy in the city at the time.
Okay.
So I'm like 19 and I'm driving like, the latest cars. I'm living in the biggest cribs. Of course, the people are mad about the boy. So, and I couldn't hold back. I couldn't resist.
Nah. Keep it in.
Come on.
You have a beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the lessons we learn, It's one of those stuff that we learn. Like right now, I'm in an amazing relationship, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I learned from that relationship that I shouldn't have to do 1, 2, and 3. You gotta stand on business and certain stuff.
Which relationship are you talking about? The polygamy. Hey, Luna Mara.
Yeah, now you ready today?
They said I must ask that, so I'm asking that. I was refraining from doing that.
So I'm done with the little one. So we cool, her and I. Nothing bad happened. Had our differences. She's still amazing. She's still beautiful. I always tell her that all the time. We're friends. She's doing well for herself. I'm doing well too. Always what we wanted. I think. Remember us breaking up? It was like, boy, whatever that happens, paga my boy. And Velia Kupura, and that's nice. Yeah.
So you're bettering her?
Better.
Because she speaks a lot on her YouTube channel.
Oh man, I'm page. I'm page. This thing, people must stop this. Like, I'm page.
gifting her.
Yeah, Olelo, I've never ever bettered her, man. Like, now, I never grew up in an environment where you do that. Like, I was never taught to do that. My grandfather was an amazing man. He taught me how to actually treat a woman properly. So, Ukbecha, no. But I would take care of her. I would do what's right. I would try my best. I was still young as well, so yeah. And she appreciated it every time. Yeah, man. That's all I did. I'd never. Yeah, no, I wasn't sharing with that. No,
You've never.
Yeah, no, I've never. I think she can testify to it. But I would I would do what is right, what must be done. I wouldn't just be like,
Because then I'll chill it.
yeah, no, they never. She knew very well. She knows. I mean, if she watches the she'll know that. She knows very well that I'm very strict. Yeah,
And that explains a lot to why you're here today, standing
I guess,
still.
yeah.
How old were you when you started, when you had like your first million in the bank? I don't know how to put it right. Pellets money we're talking about.
25. Yeah, I think at about 19.
Oh, that was like the second year of you?
Yeah, I think at about 19, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I think at about 19. That's when I saw it for the first time.
No wonder, Boli.
Like, Magaya, it didn't stay long though. I just saw it and I'm like, ooh.
What did you buy?
I bought a car, obviously.
With
Got
a
myself-
million?
Yeah, no, I bought a very small car.
Okay.
Got myself a place to stay. I was so stuck in how I grew up, the conditions I grew up in. Can you imagine when I moved out of the bedroom where I lived in? I went to go rent another bedroom.
That's still fine.
At the value of an apartment. When I found this is the crazy
At a
part.
value an apartment.
Yeah, like I didn't know. So I'm moving out of this house in Linden in Randburg. Then I go on Project.com. I'm like, okay, 5.5 rent. Then I go view. It's a nice house, and I went to go view this place.
Oh, cottage.
No, cottage is better.
Cottage is better.
I was genuinely like a bachelor vibe, but I was so happy because it's all I knew though. Like I didn't know that I could actually go live in an apartment. Like I can go like have 2-bedroom, dining room, TV, with that one. So next it's a lot of bed here, kitchen here, lots of like that's what I always till obviously I started becoming very popular around in the industry. Then I'd visit a couple of friends. I remember visiting a friend of mine I was very close to at the time, DJ Melzi, right? And I went to his place and I'm like, damn, I want to talk a plasma. And I'm driving a very cool car though, you know. I knew cars. Immediately, I think 2 months later after that, I was like, nah.
You have to up your game.
I actually visited Isaac as well. I'm like, nah. I went back, told the landlord, sorry, termination. I'm going to get a proper apartment. And then I got myself a 2-bedroom apartment. Can I plasma screening for the first time? So, yeah, that was 2019.
How's that changed, man?
Amazing, man. It's inspiring. I mean, I've always been inspired by a lot of stuff that I do, you know. My inspiration comes from my background, how I was raised, my story, you know, like, you know, I don't like telling my story in a way that gets people emotional and makes it sad, but I'm from a background where a lot of people don't pop out, you know. To speak this English I'm speaking, I had to fight, you understand? Like, I walked into a grade 5 class and everybody's speaking English, and I'm from Soweto, Zulu, Lesotho, so my name is Achiras. How are you? I'm fine, man. I can try, but I promise you, it took me 4 months. And I was fluent with the accent. Understand? So I fought out a lot of stuff of my reality. I never wanted to seem like my reality. I've never, till today,
of course,
I never wanna. And it's such a powerful thing that I use for myself. That even if, like, I would get a call that is so crazy right now that probably would make having me break down and stuff like that, I'll remain strong. You know what I mean? It's a character that I developed over the years that I never want anybody to actually, even just me personally. Next time, I would go to Josie, Kiloraka Air Force at 200, CVs, to make sure so that I could be good looking. I'm not faking it. I never wanna look like. I don't want people to see the fact that I sleep in a back room, and in a white whatever environment back room, where every single night, I'm sitting on a bucket, and at night the bed is a mattress. Understand? So that was the situation. It's like, the get it back inside the pen. So those are the couch. Like the TV is just down the corner. Kitchen is yama. So I never wanted people to actually see me as that kid who was exposed to his grandmother pretty much, like his whole upbringing. That I would shower here. My grandmother would bath here. You know, it was a normal thing. I used to always just, I massage my granny. I was never exposed to like privacy. So I never. Every time I step out that place, I'll come out with my English sharp. I'll come out looking as fly. And even like how I'm dressed or how I dress in general, I always looked fly. You know, Shakes, I don't know if he's here, but my manager will tell you, like, he was a bit well off than me, but you can never stand. I'll give it a black beard when I'm outside. How I got the means for that phone is a different story. You know what I mean? I never wanted to tell to reflect anything of where I sleep, what I'm eating, whether I get job or talk.
But didn't you feel bad? You living the life outside like that. When coming home, it's problems. You're living on a bed.
There's two ways. So that was not a condition I chose. It was what I was raised into or what I was born in. But one thing I could change was the fact that I'm not gonna be this person. I'm not gonna be here and turn out as some waste of a child or be some useless kid or should I rather go sit at the corner with all the other friends and look like my reality. You know, because I did have the choice. A couple of friends I had in the area had the choice, and they called me fake it, whatever. I'm like, it's cool. At least I want this. I want it so bad that I don't want to look like anything. The guys that are they're still probably still in the hood. The guys that who looked like the back rooms that we lived in, they're still in the hood. Maybe or whatever the case is. You understand? And I fought my way out. You know, I never served alcohol till probably the age of 21. Never smoked, nothing. They have nothing. I was so content with what I wanted from a young age, because I would see my grandparents suffering, man. We were making fat cakes. Nahana, you're sleeping on a mattress, man, and your grandmother's making fat cakes right above your head on a 2-plate stove.
Crazy.
And that is a normal living. And put anybody in that condition, they wouldn't even lay there. They'd be like, yo, get ashwa. 3 o'clock in the morning, you can busy floor. You're up 5 o'clock in the morning because the white people don't want you there. You understand? You shouldn't be living there for that long. So these are the conditions. Like nobody could really break me. Like you can't hold me back. You're not gonna hold me back. I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna get everybody out. Like everybody I'm with, and yeah, that's just how I've always been.
Do you live with your grandmother?
Do I
live with your grandmother?
My grandmother visits every now and then. Right now, she's been at my house. She must leave now. She's been at my house for like 3 months. She's been at my house for 3 months. I've built her an amazing house. I'm building her another house right now in the same yard. So she doesn't, pretty much like my lifestyle here and there.
What?
Like she's like, I'm too young. Sometimes I'm too.
It's too dangerous.
Like I'm too active, like too whatever. So it's she understands it now. And but I live with her. Yeah, but she's still a present parent even. So yeah, I take over a lot.
That's amazing. Let's get into the second wing, please, my brother.
Yeah, no.
Am I going hard? I don't like these ones, eh?
Which ones? The flats?
I don't know how to
I prefer the flats.
They'll be everywhere now. Why do you feel like the flats have more meat or the drums are dry?
They're easier to eat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am complaining about eating them. And you're saying...
Or like less meat. I don't know, but it just looks portable. Yeah.
I like that. So you started your journey in Forex trading quite young.
Fair.
What advice would you give someone who wants to break into the, Forex world? Who's young? I mean, you've answered that question, but anyway, it was a ask.
young, break into the Forex world. Like learn, be educated about the industry. Know what you're stepping into. YouTube now, we're in a better time. You don't need to pay anybody for anything. You don't even need to be taught by leadership now. There's YouTube there. I upload all the time.
But I feel like so many people want to be seated by you to say, this is what you do, this is what you don't have to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that's also just based on the success run I've had with mentoring people. So I get a lot of those, like, yo, can I be mentored by you specifically? Because they're looking at this guy, and this leadership guy has mentored over like 100 people. It's 100 success stories in all directions. So I understand where they're coming from. I think I would feel the same way. But we're moving away from inspiration and being taught by leadership. You can still find success in the industry. It's just, there's YouTube now. I think YouTube is pretty much good enough. Whatever people want is there. And if it gets bigger than that, I think it's beyond from YouTube, just working your way up. And then probably you get to meet the people that you've actually wanted to learn from. But I think YouTube, there's no need to pay people anymore. Plus the industry now is so like fluctuated with scams. So the first way to avoid scams is just go to YouTube. There's so much free education on YouTube. Like why not learn from there? I'm still learning. There's a couple of channels I'm still watching. A couple of guys that I try to pick up information from. A couple of guys that I don't recommend at all as well.
Why?
No, because people aren't genuine. Like they're not sharing the right information.
Okay.
So, but obviously those stuff I tell the guys in private. I'm like, yo, listen, this is a lie. So but without bad mouthing the person. Yeah. But I think YouTube is, as a young person, just stick to that. Learn more, man. Avoid giving people money for unnecessary stuff. Just learn. Like I know Forex is money, but let's learn. Like that money is not coming for nothing if you're not learning. Like if I could take this advice when I first started. They said to me, look, forget about the money. Learn
first. So learn before you take out money.
Right. Or like I think in anything, man. Like you gotta learn. You just educate yourself about what you're stepping into. A lot of people just be like, yo, if I put in 10,000, how much would I get? If you're not interested in the 10,000, learn. So that's what's important. Yeah.
How did you meet with Ghost?
Ghost. I think we've always known each other off the socials.
Okay.
For the longest time, maybe commenting and on each other's pictures, status and stuff. And then there was a day, I don't remember the day specifically. I don't remember per se, but we met through the gang, so like the Royal Circle. So Royal Circle, so RCG we have. So we describe our traders as the Royal Circle, right? So I think the Royal Circle was probably having like a vibe at one of the boys. I think it was Bandile's house. I don't remember properly. And when they invited me through, is it? Yeah, they invited me through there. Then he was there. Then I got there. I'm like, hey, what's up? I know you that prank guy. Yeah, no, sure. YouTube. You good, yeah. And then, then from there, it's just been a brotherhood ever since. Yeah.
Does he trade?
Not that I know of. We've never had. No, I don't know. Look, I mean, we've had trading conversations. He would say stuff and whatever. Sometimes he would be there while we're trading live and seeing. I don't know really on his personal life. what, you never really know how far somebody else is going to make money. And, there's a lot of stuff that he's up to making money that I don't know about, and also that he doesn't know about mine. So I would think I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I can't tell.
The fact that he will sit there knowing that he has funding to trade with all.
Because he would be in the conversation. Like, we'd talk. Like, we can speak about Forex. Like, he knows everything. The NFPs, the CPIs. Like,
maybe he's in the phase of learning.
Yeah, possibly. But we've had the conversation a couple of times. But yeah, I can't really pin it and say, look, he is trading or not trading as yet. Nah, that I can't. I genuinely can't. And I think I'd be completely wrong if I say I think he is. No, I don't know. I should ask him this question, actually.
So, guys, you hear it.
Yeah.
He's getting all the money from YouTube. He's not trading yet. Yeah. Or he might be trading. So, Asaz.
Yeah, but...
So... Don't ever speak bad about YouTube, please.
The boy is, successful YouTuber, man. And he's been making his money way before me. So, way before he became friends with Forex traders. We found him succeeding. So, we found him striving, and he just strived higher when we came together.
Right. And people would assume because he's with you guys and he's busy saying YouTube doesn't pay, it's probably you guys funding him and all that.
No. I've never given that guy money. Like, of course, he's always been making his own money. Just the other day, he literally just bought a new car. Came straight to my house. Came to show me, like, because he knows I love that car. He literally came. He's like, the leader, where you at? Give me a code. I'm like, hey, boys, what's going on? He's like, I want to show you something. I just heard this car roaring, and and then he just bought a new car. And it's just so sad to see people. I guess maybe it's his audience. It's just so sad to see people actually like judging him like that. Like, no rented cars, because the boy actually owns. He does buy those stuff. He lives in the mansions. He's. I've had a chance to just sit down with him a couple of times, and I don't think there's any YouTuber at the way that he's producing off a phone, running around the streets, doing useless. People what describe as useless content, like weirder stuff. I think he's probably has the lowest budget for shooting. That guy. Like
phone. He hasn't even gotten a camera and all that.
That guy literally shoots. One of the craziest videos I saw him shoot once was with I think it's an iPhone 11 or even lower. And I'm like, this is crazy. And he put up that video. It hit like 1 million views. And so it's the way he does it. He's found his own niche, and man, it's props to him, and he's making such a good success of it. He doesn't even have like a camera guy, I think.
He doesn't. Yet. Well, the friend is helping him, obviously. Yeah. At some point.
But I think maybe that's his business. Maybe that's how he's figured to make it work, And we all have different niches, I guess, on what our audience prefer. And most probably him as a YouTuber, they prefer that. Yeah, I think so. Like, because I know for sure he can buy those stuff, and he can. But so it's probably just the preference. Maybe people just prefer the sketchy ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Don't shoot me, guys.
Let's get into the third one before time runs out.
Yeah.
Hey, you're taking mine now. You really love the flats.
Yeah, no.
Okay. It's crazy. That's amazing, bro. And then your house, you got it when, Konje? Last year?
Which house?
The one now.
Now, I recently just got into the house.
Oh, no.
I think 3 months. 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. I just got into the house. The castle. The big one. Recently just got in there. I needed bigger room, bigger space. I realized I get a lot of visitors a lot. So I needed that even when people visit and you stay over, you're not in my face, My house is big. It's got 2 penthouses in it. And it takes about... Yeah, we can host an event in my backyard. Like, it's that huge. So when I went for that house specifically, I am looking for the star. I'm still really searching for my ultimate home. Been searching for a couple of years.
Why not build?
I am building. In terms of building, I am building. I've got a few properties. I've got about 2 that I'm currently building. But I've not yet... Like, I've lived in many properties. Different styles, different finish. And obviously dislikes, likes here and there, and I'm still young, I'm still weighing that doesn't mean that because I've made such a great success over the years in Forex. I'm still 25, I can't rush myself, and now it's wanting to bombard. So I'm still searching. Possibly if I like the house, I'll buy it. If I don't like it, I'll leave and probably find myself another one or build one. But I am getting to that point. I think within the next year and a half, I should know what exactly I'm looking for, and then settle down in that one. But yeah, my current house, yeah, man, amazing. Dropping a bag for it, but it's nothing I can't afford.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's what? It's big. It's got like what? It's very huge.
Why did you only move now?
Why did I only move now? Because my previous house was big when I arrived, and it got smaller.
Crazy. You have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like it was so big when I first got there, very cool, like. And then I did like I have these things in my house, like I call them luncheons, Royal Circle luncheons, right? I just call out traders to come through and chill, network, connect, just know each other, who people are. I did like 2 at my house at the previous house. It was so packed, like I blocked the entire road, like I couldn't do, so I needed to make a solution. Then I started searching for another house. Then got a house. Yeah, my house is 3 hectares. 3 hectares big, so
that's crazy.
Yeah,
we can never say I have 3 hectares
Yeah,
at 25.
So
I'll wait.
if I like it, we buy it. If I don't, it's financial freedom. So if I don't, I'll move.
So do you sell the other ones or you just keep them?
No. Didn't own the previous one. I don't own this one currently as well.
Okay.
So I don't find it wise, especially at my age, not
you're
knowing
still
exactly when I
looking
want to
for-
settle, like what kind of. So right now I do have an idea of what kind of a home I want in terms of the style, the finish. I want the modern finish. I want the current size that I have right now. So in terms of yard, I definitely want a hectare still. Yeah. So yeah, man. So I already have an idea. I think I've kind of concluded what I want.
So are you like farm life style or you still the
Touch it.
fancy?
Yeah. So I like the modern, and then a bit of farm. So I'm saying like, within the next year, I should make up my mind exactly what kind of house I want. If I don't find one, I'll have to build one. I hope I don't have to build one. But definitely want a modern touch.
You should go to farm because you host a lot of people. I would
There's the
hate to be
safety,
your
though. I don't want to
neighbor.
The safety is it's just something else. So I'm very cautious with that.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
but yeah, with the house probably looking about, I don't know, maybe next year December, the following year possibly.
No pressure, Pet.
And then yeah, there's really no pressure. I think, I'm not married, so we'll have to see though. But because I keep finding what I want, that I don't have the size. When I have the finish, I don't have a proper room and stuff like that. But also because I'm very picky. I must just tone it down. I don't know. I'm very picky, especially because I spend almost 90% of my time at home. So I don't want to like be in a house getting, a hostel. Like I just want to like value. I want to walk and see a portrait, everything. I just want, to really feel like I'm exploring every single time. The way I park my cars, everything. So I'm like how my clothes are packed. I don't just want to stuff them up like that. So I'm finding it very difficult to find a genuine home. But I do have houses. I do have property that I own, of course. That should anything happen to me, those are always fine.
still fine.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, the question, have you ever questioned your path as, a Forex trader? If so, what advice would you give to others facing, doubts in
Question my
the
path.
volatile industry, if I should say so?
Yeah, no, I have. There was a point I never thought it's real, man.
For real?
Yeah,
Was it because of the losses?
I went broke 2020.
Mm.
After 3 years of trading, I went broke 2020, and it's just started feeling like I was on a lucky run. During COVID, I went through a very dark phase of my life, and I almost just literally gave up. Yeah, like it got to a point of suicide and stuff like that, So, yeah, I think the main advice I give to people: don't be hard on yourself, man. Don't be hard on yourself. I think, especially the kids, man. Us young people, we're hard on ourselves, because there's also so many young people applying pressure. Like people goes to Mocha 20, I don't know how old, 22 years old, driving an R8.
No.
Then there's another 22-year-old catching a taxi to Soweto. You see the pressure; it's so crazy. So, that young people, we need to calm down. Like, let's drop the
But I
pressure.
think as a pressure of I want to be rich, young.
Yeah, maybe, but
I never experienced that at a young age, so I want
it's
to
rubbing
do
off
it.
different. So people, what I realized, especially the recent youth, so Baba, the ones born between 2003 going up, especially to the 2003, 4, 5, to the recent times, they don't want to work. They don't want to work. They just dream, eh? They just want to see stuff like how. I don't want this, Sophie. They're hungry, but their hunger is just working funny. Like somebody wants to achieve something, but every weekend they're at Moloko. or whatever. You understand? They are drinking champagnes and stuff. They're getting drunk. They're doing unnecessary stuff. They're going on trips. People, friends can come together. These kids come together. They put up about 10,000 rand from their own pocket, but they can't.
What are you celebrating? Because no
and
money
they
coming
can't start
in.
a bare business. I mean, I'm launching a new business now. It's a flower company. The name is Sarai Boutique. I don't need to launch that. I don't need to, but I'm very realistic with myself that no matter how much success you can have and money is always money. Never leave money on the table. Never, whatever the case may be. So I'm starting a new business called Sarai Boutique. We'll be selling like your flowers. Definitely looking to compete with my bespoke, challenging them for sure.
And that's a great business.
Definitely. And also starting a shoe business very soon.
Okay.
Just waiting for the supply from China to actually finish with the whole creative thing, the type of idea that we have, the concept. Working. So it's just young people they don't want to work. So if the advice to young people is like, get out your comfort zone, get working.
And yeah, people say you must do a vision board, and they all think it will just come to you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Do a vision board, dream, say.
And people, they need to really like work on themselves, man. It's so sad, man. Like I promise you, like I go out sometimes or I travel, and I've been in a space with my peers, and I'm like, bro, I wasn't luck. It wasn't luck for me. I wasn't lucky. I genuinely just was serious about. I'm still serious about what I'm doing. You don't have to do that. You don't have to become whatever you're trying to do. So people are just lazy. People just want to be spoon fed. And that's one of the things that me and Bandile fought about. And I told him, like, I would never do that. You're gonna have to go out there and go hustle for yourself and go fight, take some losses, feel betrayed. I don't know, sing songs and what I do to these niggas and whatever. Feel like the world is against you. You know what I mean? But you gotta go out. You have to go out there and fight and understand that nobody's gonna come back and spoon feed you and pat your back.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of it. And once you're immune to that, like young people need to do that. They need to understand that. Stop wanting applause for everything you do. Or graduate, don't you applause. Relax. Work on yourself. Calm down. Take the degree, put it away. Take it. Go find use it to get a business. There's an amazing lady I'm working with now. We're about to do something like a pharmacy type of something kokasi in Soweto actually, and she's doing exactly what I'm saying. Like she got the degree and realized like, look, I'm not gonna make enough money with this degree. Let me reach out to people that might have the same vision. And somehow we aligned. We had met at a women's conference 2 years ago. And now we're about to launch, I think hopefully by next year, March, it'll be a pharmacy with her qualifications and stuff like that. And it's happening. So young people are just lazy, man. People need to get out of the comfort zone. They just need to realize how you makeup or if you did it, like.
But makeup too.
And I'm not judging. Like I'm like I'm selling shakes. I'm like, but when you're not 90, we rank with. And relax. Take that 10,000 and go to Josie. Like I'll be like, and I used to tell this to my ex Lelo a lot, and that's why she's so smart and like right now as well. Because I've guided her a lot on a lot of stuff. Ulela would tell her straight, like, you're not gonna spend 6,000 rand on hair, right? Where I could take the same 6,000 rand with you, and we can come with a business idea right now and stock up with the 6,000 rand. And I promise you by month end, you're going to flip it to about 30,000 rand. You understand? I taught her how to trade. I did. So I used to always fight with her every time. You can't be comfortable. You stop going to these music video shoots for free. Mang, they must pay. But they must take out money because you're a brand. Establish yourself. So that's what a lot of, especially like young people, because especially the young influencers, they have so much potential, man, to actually grow. So people, they want free money.
Hey, let's get into the other one, please.
Okay, think this one.
Because it's small.
Yeah.
Okay, please name me 5 of your best Forex traders. Not your friends, not your family. Okay, you can include friends, but not
best
family.
Forex traders.
Yeah.
In terms of trading. Or overall.
That are good at, according to you.
Locally, right? Just in the country. Good traders. Nobody I've mentored or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I mention them? If somebody that I've guided. Definitely. I think I'll name like 2 boys that I've mentored, and then name 3 guys that are in general in the industry.
Okay.
So 2 guys that definitely good traders. As the first two spots, I'd put Shakes at number one.
Okay.
You know, my manager. Yeah, probably the best trader I know, bro. Oh, this guy's crazy. He's insane. Like, it's just a matter of time, even with him, you know. It's just a matter of time. Finally, just seeing the success, things work out. But I've learned so much from him. So definitely Shakes. Somebody else that I've had a privilege to actually teach has to be Maps and Kelly. So my brother Kelly and Maps definitely on a tie. I'll add Bandile there on a tie at number 2 as well.
Okay.
Pretty much because most of the guys that I've taught pretty much trade the same way. So it's all about risk appetite, like who's willing to risk more, who actually trades more. You know, so there's things like Maps trades more than Kelly.
Okay.
Where Kelly trades less. You know, and then Silo trades like more. He's more of an aggressive trader, more of a risker. He's more like me. So that's I'll keep those 4 at number 1 and 2, and the other 3. Overall, who Isaac Easy, Mamrovela. That's my guy. Yo, that guy is crazy. I miss trading with him. We haven't traded together for a moment. And then at number 4 we would have
Number 3.
Number 3. So yeah, that would have to be. So a couple of years ago, I met a guy. His name is Tokyo.
Okay.
Just actually not a guy. He's a young boy. I don't know if he's still trading at the time, but that boy was one of the most sensational, like aggressive. That boy would make money right now, like literally funds 5,000 rand. And I think he was mentored. His name is Tokyo. I think he was mentored by Stylish Keys and Dr. Martin. I don't remember. These are also traders. Yeah, you know, Tokyo. Yeah, had showed me a different adrenaline of trading. You know, and he was very young. So I'm very inspired by a lot of young traders. And then my overall inspiration was a guy called Forex Gentleman. You know, and
that's number 3.
Yeah. So that's number 4, right?
Oh,
number
3, Kimang?
Number Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is Tokyo. I don't know if he's still on the socials.
Okay.
But he's one of the most impulsive guys I've seen. So, and then obviously now taking it to a bigger scale with more successful traders, because I'm talking about people that I've engaged with. You know, Forex Gentleman. He's actually I think he's from London or something, but I've once bought his course a couple of years ago. He's actually one of the guys that taught me how to actually genuinely trade. Okay. So for a gentleman, one of the best executors on the market. And then number 5, the best guy has to be a guy called Holder Gleazy. Okay. CEO and co-founder of RCG Market, one of the best traders. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, he's like, that guy is a mastermind on the chart, man. Yeah, like he's amazing. He's been trading. I think he's about almost my age or a year older, but he started trading way before me, like 2012, 2013. So he's pretty much been around with the OGs, like your cash flows, your Sandile Shazis, I don't know, all these big guys. So yeah, but that's the guys I've had a chance to trade with. I mean, anybody I didn't mention that is a good trader, probably I've never had a chance to sit down with them and trade. Right. And I don't want to judge based on screenshots and Instagram, you know. I want to judge based on real life, like when we won and lost together. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for giving us insights and you know, everything that happens in the Forex world and in your relationship, your life, everything. And I think we deserve a part 2. We're going to speak about
for sure. I know I don't stop talking.
Exactly. But thank you very much, you guys, for tuning in. Also, do make sure that you're joining into, you know, the giveaway of AirPods. Do make sure that you tag 3 of your friends. Follow us also on social media at The Burning Topic. Follow me also on Instagram at skyco_. And yeah, where can people follow you?
Leadership Monhla, Instagram, TikTok, Leadership Monhla Official. Facebook, I recently got into Facebook. I think it's Ashras Monhla. Verified though. Verified. Everything else is a scam. And I don't give services, I don't teach. I will not ask for your coins. I operate on my own. So yeah.
See why you need to come here. So tell people this is big, my guy.
Yeah, so it's been 5 years. I've never ever, I don't do classes, I don't do signals, I don't do paid services. I'm just a trader, a businessman, and an amazing mentor.
Yeah. Headed from us. Stay blessed, you guys. Do make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment down below. Let us know which questions we left out. Let us know what we need to ask him when he comes back, hopefully.
Yeah.
Ne?
For sure.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Do stay blessed.
D'accord.